what, guys? I'm upset. Very, very upset. Put a backdrop behind me. Well, it's not much of a backdrop at all. But I'm upset. I'm upset. You know what? I just saw the new Nightmare on Elm Street, and it was terrible. It absolutely sucked. I don't know where to begin. But I guess I could begin with the plot. Okay. So, it basically opens up, and spoiler alert, it basically opens up, there's this dude in this diner, the Springwood Diner. He falls asleep. Uh, it's not the important part. The important part is, there's glare on. The important part is that there was almost no Nancy for about half of the movie. It said it was some chick named Chris, who was Freddy's second victim, I should say. So yeah, after she gets killed off, then Nancy finally shows up. And it's really weird because it's just weird. And another thing, it's not even the Nancy that we know. It's not the Nancy we all knew and loved. This Nancy is basically a shadow. The Nancy from this movie is a shadow of the Nancy from the old movie. No. She has no. It's like she has no emotions. She's like a Kristen Stewart or something. I don't know. But she's got almost no emotion. She's not creative like the old Nancy. She's not take charge like. Oh, I don't know. I didn't think she was take charge, but most people probably think that. But oh well. Dang. Uh, let's start off with the Freddy. Next is the Freddy. The Freddy. Oh my gosh. They did it. They completely ruined him. In fact, he looks like he looks something like a mix between the original Freddy and some weird creature that showed up for the previews, because I got it on DVD like just an hour ago and I finished watching it. I had to make this review now, but he looks like the original Freddy, a mix between him and some weird alien hybrid creature from the movie Splice. They messed up mainly here and here. Here it's like pushed in, so his eyes are kind of cross-eyed, and then these parts of his face are almost completely gone. Now the original Freddy, if you didn't know, had little patches of burns everywhere around him. This one just has like the entire right side of his, the right side of his face is gone, just gone, almost. Um, Otherwise, he was an okay Freddy. He was certainly darker than the original. And I could see where he was going with that idea. Um, let's see here. No, the voice, it wasn't that voice we all know and love from the original Freddy. It was kind of more like Christian Bale playing Batman. Yeah. Like, you wanted me, here I am. Something like that. It was really Christian Bale-ish. Um, the dream sequences. There were maybe two instances where it looked like an actual dream sequence. The spoiler alert: the scene where Chris is sitting in the classroom, she falls asleep, and all of a sudden everything just goes black. Like everything turns to ash, but her seat and herself. Um, the other one that honestly looked like a dream sequence was the I forgot, and that's another thing. There are no memorable moments in this movie. If you remember in the original, when he's chasing around Tina, he's coming at her with these huge, like 20-foot arms, coming across something. I mean, there was no scene where I would almost pee my pants coming down my unlit hallway. There's nothing like that. There's no scary moments. Um, um, now the glove of Freddy got a really nice. Now Freddy's glove. That's probably really off topic. I don't know, but his glove did get a redeco. Here I have the 1984 1984 version of Freddy's glove. This is not metal; it's just plastic. So pardon me for that. In the original, his glove looked something like this. It had just this plate and the tips and a nice glove with a hole in the middle. This one, it's kind of like that. These parts right here are covered so you can't see it. It's like from here up is covered so you can't see the tip of the fingers. And instead of this plate here, there's like this band right here, this metal band, and there's lines coming down, like will come down from one finger down to the band, other finger down to the band, other finger, other finger down to the band, so forth. But it's just something minor. Let's see what else. The scariness of the movie. Now, this is something that is a very important aspect in the movie: scariness. And to be honest, the movie is not that scary. There are some scenes that kind of get like, especially the end. The end was really bloody. There's some scenes that basically I saw a few. There were like a lot of jump scares. If you don't know what a jump scare is, it's something like this. There's something where you're staring there, and all of a sudden it just pops up with a loud screech or something. It's basically a jump scare. Um, there were a lot in the movie. Might I say a lot. Every 5 minutes there'd be a jump scare. And 5 minutes pass, and then another. What would I give this movie? I'd give it a 4 out of 10. The original, I'd probably give 8 out of 10. The original was good. Oh, and another thing, the this movie did make a few references to the first Nightmare on Elm Street. Um, for instance, spoiler alert, if you want to mute right now, recommend you would. I'll wait for you. Okay, so for those of you who want to hear it, the scene where Chris is sleeping in the bed and she, like, Freddy starts attacking her, that reminded me a lot of the Nightmare on Elm Street. In fact, it was almost the same thing. The dude jumps out of bed, scared out of his mind. Um, both of the guys jump out of bed, scared out of their minds, while Chris and Tina were levitating, doing flips and crazy crap. And then they finally die and land on the bed. I thought it was really reminiscent of that. Like I said, 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. For this Nightmare on Elm Street, uh, 8 out of 10 for old one. Do have one more thing to say. Can't beat the classics. Alright, that's all the time I have today.